Hello, welcome to Odisha Digital Learning. आज आम 9th क्लास इंग्लिश बईर द प्राइसलेस गिफ्ट किसी MCQ डिस्कस करवा। तो चलो स्टार्ट करवा। क्वेश्चन नंबर 1, मैगी थैंक्ड मिस्टर गुप्ता फॉर एश्योरिंग हर दैट ही वुड डैश। तार ऑप्शन गुड़िक हूँ राइट टू हर, विजिट हर अगेन नेक्स्ट टाइम, विजिट हर ब्रदर्स ग्रेव नियर द फ्रंटियर, put flowers on her brother's grave on her behalf। तार आंसर कौन होबो? put flowers on her brother's grave on her behalf। Maggie thanked Mr. Gupta for assuring her that he would put flowers on her brother's grave on her behalf। मैगी मिस्टर गुप्ता को धन्यवाद जणाइछंती जे से तांको नामरे तांको भाई को कबर उपरे फूल लगाइबे। Question number 2, after his return to India, Mr. Gupta was to enter dash। तार ऑप्शन गुड़ी कहूँ द गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया सर्विस, द लीगल प्रोफेशन, द पंजाब सर्विस, द पंजाब एजुकेशन सर्विस। तार आंसर होची द पंजाब सर्विस। आफ्टर हिज रिटर्न टू इंडिया मिस्टर गुप्ता वाज टू एंटर द पंजाब सर्विस। भारत को फेरिबा परे मिस्टर गुप्ता पंजाब सेवारे प्रवेश करथिले। क्वेश्चन नंबर 3, एट द रेस्टोरेंट मिस्टर गुप्ता वाज डैश द न्यूज़पेपर सिटिंग एट ए कॉर्नर टेबल। तार ऑप्शन गुड़ी हूँ ब्राउजिंग थ्रो, स्कैनिंग थ्रो, स्किमिंग थ्रो, नन ऑफ द एबव। तार आंसर कौन होबो? स्किमिंग थ्रो। At the restaurant, Mr. Gupta was skimming through the newspaper sitting at a corner table. Question number 4, Mr. Gupta asked Dash about the girl he saw in the restaurant। तार ऑप्शन गुड़िक हूँ द कैशियर, द वेटर, द वेट्रेस, द गेटकीपर। तार आंसर कौन होबो? द वेटर। Mr. Gupta asked the waiter about the girl he saw in the restaurant। मिस्टर गुप्ता रेस्टोरेंट रे देखिथिबा झियो विषय रे वेटर को पचारि थिले। क्वेश्चन नंबर 5, सैटरडे नाइट इज ए टाइम ऑफ फेस्टिविटी इन पोर नेबरहुड्स व्हेन डैश। तार ऑप्शन गुडी को होची ऑल काइंड्स ऑफ थिंग्स आर सोल्ड, द स्ट्रीट्स आर अनयूजुअली क्राउडेड, द पीपल कैन अफोर्ड टू स्पेंड ए लिटिल फ्रॉम देयर वीकली वेजेस, ऑल द अबव। तार आंसर होची ऑल द अबव। क्वेश्चन नंबर 6, मिसेस बेथी अनप्रेसिडेंटेड एलिमेंट वाज एग्रावेटेड बाय डैश। तार आंसर होची अन एक्सिएटी फॉर हर सन फ्रैंकी। मिसेस बेथीज अनप्रेसिडेंटेड एलिमेंट वाज एग्रावेटेड बाय हर एंग्जाइटी फॉर हर सन फ्रैंकी। मिसेस बेथीଙ୍କ अदृश्य असुस्थता तांको पुओ फ्रांकी पई चिंता करिवा द्वारा बढ़िथिला। क्वेश्चन नंबर 7, मिसेस गुप्ता फेल्ट ashamed टू फेस मिसेस बेथी बिफोर हिज रिटर्न होम बिकॉज डैश। तार आंसर होची he had told her that her son was alive and well when he had been dead for some days। Mr. Gupta felt ashamed to face Mrs. Bethy before his return home because he had told her that her son was alive and well when he had been dead for some days। Question number 8, Maggie was in black। The underlined phrases means dash। तार ऑप्शन गुड़ी कहूँ wearing black clothes, in mourning, grieving or lamenting, all the above। तार आंसर होची all the above। क्वेश्चन नंबर 9, मिस्टर गुप्ता wept a tear from his eyes when डैश। तार ऑप्शन गुड़ी कहूँ he heard of Frankie's death, he said goodbye to Maggie, he took leave of Maggie and her mother, he left London for India। तार आंसर होची he said goodbye to Maggie। क्वेश्चन नंबर 10, I took the chair opposite hers। The underlined word is used as dash। adjective, noun, preposition, adverb। underline होता word opposite ସେଟା କ'ଣ ସେଟା ଗୋଟେ ପ୍ରିପୋଜିସନ୍। Question number 11. Mr. Gupta seated himself a corner table and started dash. Our option ଗୁଡ଼ିକ ହେଉଛି talking to a young girl, asking the waiter about the item on the menu, skimming through the newspaper, talking to people by his side. ତାର ଆନ୍ସର ହେଉଛି skimming through the newspaper. Mr. Gupta seated himself a corner table and started skimming through the newspaper. Question number 12. The girl visited the restaurant only on Saturdays because dash. तार ऑप्शन ଗୁଡ଼ିକ ହେଉଛି she was free on that day. It was payday when she can afford to spend a little from her weekly wages. It was a day of festivity in the neighborhood. She did not go to work at the weekend. Answer कौन है? It was payday when she could afford to spend a little from her weekly wages. Question number 13. The impression that Mr. Gupta had Maggie's family was that dash. Option ଗୁଡ଼ିକ ହେଉଛି they were well to do, they were poverty stricken, it was quite a large one, it was an extended family. तार आंसर होची they were poverty and stricken. The impression that Mr. Gupta had of Maggie's family was that they were poverty and stricken. Question number 14. When Mr. Gupta was introduced to Mrs. Bethy, she was dash. तार ऑप्शन ଗୁଡ଼ିକ होची making cakes for sale, lying in her sick bed, selling cake in the neighboring market, cooking in the kitchen. तार आंसर होची making cakes for sale. When Mr. Gupta was introduced to Mrs. Bethy, she was making cakes for sale. Question number 15. Mr. Gupta told a lie about the ring to Mrs. Bethy. तार आंसर होची to comply with Maggie's request to do so. Question number 16. How could I shatter their dream? The underline word means dash. एठारे underline हेतुवा word shatter means तार आंसर होची destroy suddenly and totally. Question number 17. The curiosity I felt about the girl persisted. The underlined word means dash. Our option is continued firmly deposit opposition, continued to exit, stopped, discontinued. Let underline ithwa word persisted means continued to exist. Question number 18. The ring was not a miraculous thing. The underlined word means dash. The option is reputed to work miracles, supernatural, marvelous, astonishing. The answer is reputed to work miracles. Question number 19. The family was in mourning. The underlined word mourning means the answer is the customary period during which a dead person is mourned. Question number 20. A person feeling greater sadness is dash. The option is heartbreak, heartbroken, heartbreaking, heartbreaker. The answer is the person feeling great sadness is heartbroken. Question number 21. The old clothes damaged by moths are dash. Our answer is moth eaten. Question number 22. That bang on the head will make your headache worse. It will dash your headache. Our answer is aggravated. Question number 23. He had failed his exam. He should dash on passing the exam. The option is distract, concentrate, dilute, exact. The answer is concentrate. Question number 24. He wanted to help us very much. He was dashed to help. तार आंसर होची ईगोर। क्वेश्चन नंबर 25 प्राइसलेस इज द सेम एज डैश। तार ऑप्शन कहूँ वर्थलेस, इनभैल्यूएबल, वैल्यूलेस, वर्थी। प्राइसलेस इज द सेम एज इनभैल्यूएबल। आई होप ये भिडियो तुम लाभदायक होता है। भिडियो देखिए चैनल को लाइक शेयर और सब्सक्राइब करूँ। थैंक यू।